Thank you for turning to page 121. Today we're going to take a look at a really nice book called Alien Sons, Book 1. And it's going to cover the alien race, the Kogl-Emjwo. We're going to take a look at this huge aquatic race and what they bring to the table in the game of Traveler. This is written for Traveler 5th, but it's easily translated to any of the other 2D6 Traveler versions or Cepheus or Climate Sector, whichever you want to do. But this is an interesting race, and it's a beautifully presented book. I'm going to go into the book itself, the credits and everything in just a moment. Now I also want to mention Jump Point. Jump Point will be happening in under a week. Less than 1 week. So the excitement that is Jump Point. That's hyperbole. You know it and I know it. It's going to be a bunch of guys getting together in the back of an excellent game store and playing some Traveler. Right now it looks like we're going to have about a dozen people. I'm hoping we'll have some more. There will be 2 tables open, one run by me, the other by my son, Adam. Both will be playing Mongoose 2nd Traveler. We're going to have Classic Traveler Dying in Character Creation rolling, run by me, and if there's enough need, Adam also. And it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be Games Plus in Mount Prospect, Illinois, and it's going to run from 11 a.m. on Sunday, November 6th, until 6 p.m. or until everybody runs out of steam. Everything at the event is free. I'm also doing a little bit of a giveaway. I'm going to give away some of my old vintage Traveler stuff that I have duplicates of. It's just going to be a couple of things here and there, but maybe a couple of little black books, 1 or 2 Mega Traveler books, even some challenge magazines. I have a lot of doubles in my collection, and I've been pulling them out and seeing what I am going to give away. So come on in. It's all free, but bring money. There are vending machines in the back, so we can all stay hydrated and eat plenty of snacks. There are food places right in the area, and it's being held in an outstanding game store. Games Plus is a great game store. If the ownership will let me, I might go around a little bit and film a little bit of the store and post that as part of the Jump Point video as well. I haven't discussed that with them, so we'll see how that goes. But anyway, Jump Point, November 6th, 11 a.m. Game will start at noon and run till approximately 6 o'clock with a break in there for lunch and things like that. So come on in and prepare to have fun. Also, I've got to touch real quick on subscribers. The channel is growing very well. I appreciate everybody who's subscribed. Thank you very much. Let's keep it growing. I'm really excited about where the channel is and where it's headed, and I want to keep being able to bring videos like this to you guys. Also, Patreon, I'm making a few moves possibly to upgrade a little bit of my equipment. I haven't finalized anything yet on that one. But patrons, thank you. Everybody who's been helping me out on the Patreon, I thank you very much. Anybody else who's interested, take a look at it. Let me know any suggestions for any kind of rewards you guys might want. I don't really know what kind of reward to put on Patreon. Last thing, in a long intro, is that we did play our Traveler game finally. Yay! And they turned to pirates. They got their hands on an unarmed merchant. They approached, feigning to be damaged and needing help. It's the old Signal GK. The merchant came in unarmed. They popped up the pop-up turrets. Once the merchant was under its guns, nothing could be done. My guys crossed over. The merchant's crew itself just surrendered immediately. They took the cargo. They, being my guys, took the cargo and damaged the commo for the merchant ship, so they couldn't call for help right away. And then as soon as they could, they jumped. They have no plans on going back to that system, so they weren't real worried about the ship itself being identified. It was interesting. They made some good a good haul. I'm not going to go into what the cargo is yet, because we're at the end of the night. They don't know what the cargo is yet, so I'm not going to say anything because they watch these videos. But the next game will be them finding out what the cargo is, deciding how they're going to get rid of it, that kind of stuff. Also, they've agreed we are going to do a pause and reset to do some housekeeping. We're going to go ahead and expend some of the money that they've accumulated. Upgrades for the ship, upgrades for any kind of personal combat gear they want, even maybe for themselves. So I'm going to put the Sears Wish Book, otherwise known as the 2022 update, in front of them. They'll tell them what money that they have, and boom, they'll be able to go ahead and buy themselves a couple of treats. So that's it for stuff that's coming up, or that that's happening in my channel or my game rather. Unfortunately, we might not be able to play Traveler again this year. I'm hoping to squeeze in one more between now and Christmas, but I'm not sure how that's going to fall. Our scheduling is a little twitchy. I like to run the Traveler if everybody can make it, and I'm going to be losing one or the other in and out during the holiday period. So we may not play another Traveler game till the new year. But back to this, we are going to look at the Alien Sons 1 and a really big alien race. Today on page 121. All right, Alien Sons 1, the Kogl-Emjwo, Encounters with the Wave Dancers. This was designed for Traveler 5, but is easily translatable to any Traveler. The credits. The writer very graciously credits Mark Miller for Traveler in all its forms, but the writer and artist, let's see, the concept, writing, layout, design, and illustrations for this module were done by Shane S.C. Watson, and he's got his webpage here, scwatson.com. I'll go ahead and attach a link to that. I'll attach a link to the Drive-Thru RPG for this too. This guy's $14.95 on Drive-Thru RPG. Drive-Thru must be having a little bit of a hiccup today because it's got the print on demand, which is available for this, but it's listed at $7,000. Don't pay $7,000 for print on demand on this. I'm sure that that's just an error that they'll get fixed. I love the presentation in this book. I thought it was absolutely gorgeous. So we're going to come down here. And the interesting thing is, the way this book is formatted, it's in setup like the old pamphlet books. So basically each page is a half a page. So there you go. You just scroll over and you're at page, gone from page 2 to page 3. Here's the table of contents. I like that. It gave it nice old school flavor. And I could easily change it around, however, I needed to be able to read it on my tablet. So I did enjoy that. So now we're going to go down and across to the anatomy of the Kogl-Emjwo. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I love cutaway pictures like this in my Space Alien books. They're just really cool. These things are massive squids, whatever you want to call them, aquatic beings, wave dancers. And we get all the Kogl-Emjwo, that is hard to say. We get a look at the planet itself, and then we get a look at their the genders. They have 3 distinct genders, a primary egg-laying female and 2 distinct male genders, each required for egg fertilization. So kind of a complicated reproduction system going there. And it's just really nice. It goes into a lot of great detail about the planet itself. There is a really cool part of this planet where there's an eternal storm going on. And that plays a lot of importance in the religion of the planet and the belief system that these creatures have. Going over here, classification, trilateral, amphibious, herbivorous grazer. And here's our stats for it. It's just a really nice look at it and a very alien race. These things are huge. Now we come to a double wide page. In other words, this map of the world is not pamphlet sized. This goes right across. So you just go ahead and shrink it down or turn your tablet sideways like that. Boom. There you go. I found this book very enjoyable to read. And I am not profoundly, but I am colorblind. And I found that the way the artwork is intermixed with this actually didn't interfere with anything. Sometimes in books where there's verbiage over some of the art, I have a hard time seeing it. I didn't have that problem with this book. So here we go. They're in the Wamj system. They are not too far from the Solomani sphere, but not within the Solomani sphere. In fact, the first extraterrestrial race or alien race to them that they encounter are the Solomani. The Solomani actually find them to be pretty good trading partners. So we get a good look at the system itself. And now we come down to page, let's see, 13. Okay. So we come down to one of my favorite things out of this book. I'm going to blow this up so we can get a good look at it. Pronunciations. If you follow my channel for any length of time, you know I struggle mightily with some pronunciations, specifically Volani. All the and sounds in Volani tend to be difficult for me. I really don't know why. I didn't know how to say the name of this alien race till I went to this little chart and looked up Kogl-Emjwo. There you go, Kogl-Emjwo. I like when there's a pronunciation chart. It helps people like me greatly. So before we go to that, we get to look at the actual society itself, the physiology, and then we get to look at aging and death, the culture itself. It's very detailed, very, very detail-rich book. I really enjoyed that. And the idea that these are not bound to their planet. They do have spacecraft, space-going craft, and they do have jump, which they have traded from the Volani. So they are definitely a minor race, and they do have a couple of warships. They come up later in the book, but it's pretty neat. Again, the mega humid environment in 0G allows some of the more intrepid of their race to go ahead and leave the planet and trade and interact with other races. There we get another beautiful picture. The illustrations in this book are just magnificent. I really enjoyed that. Here we go. A language chart. I loved these in the old Traveler stuff. I know they still pop up from time to time, but they're always fun to hit. I haven't done anything with this chart yet, but it's kind of nice that I have the option there. And then we get initial consonants, vowels, and final consonants for our pronunciation. Then we go into interactions with other races, their economy, their writing system, and technology. The way they hand their history down is through the great song. It's an oral history that they pass down. Everybody learns the song, and then different tribes of these creatures have different versions of the song. So it's been an interesting point of study for a lot of human and humanoid people that want to study this race. They have to get multiple versions of the same song in order to find out exactly what the history is. So here we go. It talks about historical events. And at one point, they built a polar space elevator to help them get off planet. And they did some sublight exploration of their system. This was all before they met the Salamani. And the polar space elevator is a mammoth pyramid that's kind of fallen into disrepair and is not used much anymore, but is still an important artifact from the time when they were first going out into space. I like that touch a lot. I love space elevators. I love anything like that. So here we go with the Salamani contact and then up to current events. And then how to portray them as players and NPCs. These guys are huge. There's a nice size graph here. There's a human and there's Kogl-Emjwo standing right next to them. These things are massive. They can support their own weight in regular gravity, in standard gravity, and in fact lay their eggs on a beach. But they're not designed to live on any kind of non-aquatic area for any real length of time. So you get character and NPC generation for it. There you go. There is a caste system. There's your character card for 5th edition. And there you go, character generation checklist. And this is just a beautiful book. And it's a great take. This is pretty ambitious on the part of the writer, artist, creator to take on such an exotic alien race for his first subject. Hats off to him for that. I know I would not have been brave enough to take on some alien race this alien to biped humanoid forms. And yet he carried it off beautifully. There we go. Special duty. So here we are. Athlete, champion, elder, explorer, merchant, or untamed. Those are your options for your career. And then your events table, accidents table, and instability table. Any of these creatures that are away from the tribe for any length of time can start exhibiting some instability. They're very gregarious. They really thrive with their caste, with their other, the members of their caste. And then you can be in your vocational caste, you can be an artificer, athlete, champion, citizen, or singer. And the singer, of course, is the one that carries the song forward. They memorize the song and they pass it on. And then we have a few more: colonist, elders, explorer, healer, merchant, untamed. And then all the skills that they have. These guys have 3 tendrils, and they can strap blades on these things and use the cutting weapon on it. I thought that was a really nice touch. Kogl-Emjwo weaponry. Here we go. We get a nice look at it. And again, because this is Traveler 5th, it easily translates to any of the 2D Traveler systems that are out there now, all the way from original Traveler through Mega Traveler and all the way up till now. And really, it wouldn't be that much challenge if you were still playing, say, Traveler of the New Era. This wouldn't be that tough to translate. And there we go. We have the ocean, the ice, the bioform summary, and then we have a coastal and shoreline encounter table. As I said, they lay their eggs on the shore, and then they guard the nest. So there's your encounter tables for that. This is just, I really like this. Genders expansion. Genders have been expanded from Traveler 5 to better cover alien biologies outside the perceived norm. So we got all these different gender designations. And then Villani consumables. This is pretty interesting. It's consumables for consuming alien biomatter that could be dangerous for you, and what traits the biomatter would have. This is pretty neat. I'm going to have to roll this into some of the Traveler game I'm doing now, because I thought this is a really interesting idea. And then some examples of it, historical context of how they create their cuisine, and then the biology, or the bestiary, sorry. So these are other creatures they share their habitat with. I'm not even going to try to pronounce some of these guys. I'm way on. I'm just guessing. I didn't look these guys up. Anglio. Those were the easy ones. Or Ogala. I apologize to the author if I'm butchering any of these pronunciations. But there you have it. There's lots of good stats here, lots of good creatures. I love me a good space alien type creature. Aquatic or not, these can be brought into a lot of different things. A lot of different games. The physiology of all the creatures, and now we get to their starships themselves. So they're massive, and we get an adventure called More Trouble Than It's Worth, the Traveler Mini Adventure, where you can interact with these creatures, and they can be either a patron with you or an active participant in the adventure. So just a nice book, great offering. There we go. Nice pirate leader for you, pirate crew. And Kujira class freighter captain, LSR class far trader with the captain. And then we get a nice couple of subsector maps. And then we're out. I want to thank the author for bringing this to my attention. He sent me this copy to take a look at. I read it over. I've actually read through it twice. I really enjoyed this. I thought the presentation was absolutely gorgeous. I thought the artwork was absolutely gorgeous. The flavor is right there. I love the pamphlet-sized pages because, frankly, when I'm reading on my tablet, when I have it this way, it's just about the same size as one of the old Traveler pamphlet books. So I thought that translated beautifully in this production. So hats off. Nice job. It is available on DriveThruRPG. I'll hook a link to it. As I said, the PDF for this is $15. Do not pay $7,700, whatever the nonsense number is that's on the page right now. I'm sure that's an error. That DriveThru periodically has this, and they always get fixed pretty quickly. So this is available as a print on demand also, but just wait till they fix that goof. So that's it. That's all I've got to say today. Excellent job by Mr. Watson, and I can't wait for more. He says he has more of these that he's working on at the moment. If they're anywhere near this quality, I'm in. So there you have it. That's it for today on page 121. I hope you like what you heard and saw. If you did, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.